firmly believe the tale of the tape.
Professional record world champion.
Oh, father time.
The book power to confound.
Fight what's going to turn out to be. I'm hoping it does if he goes at least deficient modes like this. And the fight could end up being a boring fight.
Two low blows.
These punches at the sturdiest target of all time. The way Roy's reacted to punches in recent fights.
He contributed to most of his. Lands an up.
Roy Jones establishing his speed with his probably his pet punch in this fight here is going to be, which is simple, fast right hands through the center. And you see him show the fast 1-2 followed up with a left hook to the body.
But it's early is probably good, given the
shot.
The extent Roy was, not skills tailored to his athletic.
The left hand, moments ago.
More classical skill. In this case, that's Trinidad.
Yeah, the faded genius artiste who no longer had
35 himself.
Exactly. Either didn't think it would serve him well to really focus on classic disciplined boxing technique, or who just didn't need it. Right?
I like the way he's fighting. I thought he was to make it a good fight at this stage of their career, particularly Roy.
Older because their reflexes.
Indeed.
Good body shots by Trinidad. Jones feels the need to strike back. Point, he said, if I can't knock him out rounds, Emmanuel, that those guys were significant. He's never had a bad habit at any point.
Carrying that left hand kind of.
Speed seems to be very good, as well as Trinidad's. Both guys are punching with good speed with their hands. Really, we was in their prime 10 years ago in terms of hands.
Ajamu.
4 or 5 years ago.
You're right. Another body shot from Trinidad, lands a left hook. And Jones smiles.
And he landed the left hook, and I said he wouldn't land too.
I can take your body shots. Trinidad checking him again. And now lands the left hook upstairs. I'm not sure all the taunting and posing and acting is
throwing a lot of wasted punches like Ricky Hatton did. That was one of the things he said at the fighters meeting. He was knocking. Fighting a very intelligent fight.
Jones blocked the left hook.
I mean, that's winning this fight. I don't see the fight the same way Harold does. I see Roy landing the clean punches, if not the harder punches. But just as, because Trinidad's the guy going forward, does not mean that Roy is the boxer. You can box going.
Yeah, and he was quite adamant. There's no indication early that Trinidad is going to be embarrassed or blown out in some way. Good quick left hook and
maybe harder shots, largely blocked.
Reversed the momentum headed toward the 4th round knockout, but he may look back at this as a good round. Good straight right hand.
The right hands are starting to find their way home now.
Good straight. Stepping up is Roy Jones. Thought he was going to beat so far in the fight. Or at least that a lot of people thought he was.
With your comment last round, this is a good fight. Even if you didn't know who these guys were, it'd be a good.
Shake it off. One more. Let's go.
These guys are.
Did Mercanti deduct the points for the low blow or simply give Jones time to recover? I think.
As Roy gets closer, he's following with straight punches coming from boxers. And he's getting very close to the point where
question though, Emmanuel, chance to land his right hand and the left hook.
I don't think
Trinidad's punches seem to have lost some steam in the last 2 rounds.
And Jones seems to.
Throughout the fight, you see Roy landing continually right hand leads, and I think it's going to be more so. He's hitting those, he's landing probably about 70% of the ones that he throws.
You were scoring the referee.
That age. He's really not hitting him, like you say, in the cup, but that's one of the tricks.
Fernando Vargas talked to him for 2 weeks. Good left hook.
Thought those hooks to the body.
Hard right hand by Jones.
The problem is he's not throwing it enough, and he's Not jabbing on it all, using his left hook and all of the fluid combinations, which he's capable of delivering.
Now the left hook gets through for Felix Trinidad.
Yes, it is.
He's not going to take no for an answer on that left hook.
He probably has won this round simply by outworking Roy.
Well, maybe not.
No, all Roy has to do is throw the punches.
Since they land with runs. Left hook lands for Roy. Another left hook for Roy Jones. Brilliant rally down the stretch. The last round. I'm not 100% certain of the significance of this.
Roy Jones 1-2.
To me, I think Roy still is.
Do 2 rounds to Trinidad, but I think Jones is out in front by a bit.
Well, Harold Letterman sitting with us is our unofficial inside.
Perfect example right there. Trinidad throwing a lot of punches, but nothing lands. Short right hand.
Webb says he gets up at this point. Come back.
Gets closer and closer, he's going to be able to land punches. His hands are too fast.
He's letting it all out now. Roy Jones is visibly looking for a knockout in this round.
Hearns, the Leonard Hearns 2s.
Up to a point, but
Jones of old would have finished him off at that time. But he's still spending about 50%. Here you see Roy landing short right hand right on the side. I mean, very, very good punch. I mean, the reason it hurt Trinidad, he never saw the punch. And he recuperated very well after that.
what a delayed reaction knockdown. I mean, how do you account for the fact that fully 2 or 3 seconds go by before he goes down?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the 2 knockdowns in the fight. Here's the 7th round knockdown, and again, the classic delayed reaction. Jones landing down for Jones. And it brings me back to the point that her father does the moment when Pavlik knocked him, which brings us back to your point, Max, that this is a...
He's not landing them. Trinidad is still with it.
Seconds ago. Trinidad coming back to the body. Now Jones unleashes the right hand, looking to land another big shot. It's a mitty where a strict... Trinidad now dancing away to create space as Jones...
He lets Roy have a...
Yeah. Because Murkerson is a no-ego guy.
No, he works very, very, very good with Roy.
And you mentioned Jim Cerebral. Fastest fighter I've ever seen. Smart fighter.
He was such a smart fighter that when he worked what would happen in fights, graphically, categorically, seconds in advance of when you would watch it happen. First 3 rounds. This differential has inspired to show us why Jones was such a prohibitive.
Keep him up, Tito.
And yet why a lot of people consider Tito so live. Outcome of this fight.
It is pleasing, Max. Favorably and sympathetic. The winner of this fight get a chance against...
He's doing it because he's walking it down. He's coming forward. When Roy Jones comes forward, he's into his last 4 rounds, landing a bit of hardest.
He's thrown in a while.
That may have affected Jones.
Big right hand by Jones.
It's interesting. I agree with...
You know, after he lands a little bit more, but he seems to be very...
That's a choice. Aim is to win as many fights as you can win, make as much money as you can make with as little risk as possible. He's the greatest fighter of all time. And it's becoming an extremely one-sided fight with 2 rounds to go.
I don't think... See Tito coming in, and I thought he came in and his legs had gotten a little out of position right there with square, and that's what caused the knockdown. I mean, it was a legit knockdown.
Talked about frequently that De La Hoya has promised his Puerto Rican wife, Millie Correcha, that he will never fight another Puerto Rican fighter. But but it's also been widely reported that De La Hoya was considering.
Are still options for either. Maybe somewhat, but I think the names on the billboard, on the marquee, will always sell.
Is a rematch with Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. The 11th round has been something of a searching for the chance to land a left. Some of the memories, some of the bad, hasn't yet produced that, but has produced.
And in his corner, listen to him, he's resigned himself to that. The first knockdown with the short right hand, he had that, and he's been getting hit with punches all night long, but hasn't been seriously hurt. And that was for a brief second.
In a weird way, Antonio Tarver, Roy acts older self, and those knockouts can't just be thrown away. That's a reasonable explanation.
With Lynn Johnson, it was way too soon. Without it.
In fact, I think that's the likely explanation. The fact is, he is now 39 years old.
Old opponent who hadn't fought in 2.5 years.
Indeed.
Roy Jones.
Power shots.